Have you ever wondered what lies beneath the sweet, honey-coated surface of the Hundred Acre Wood? What if I told you that this beloved childhood classic might not be about friendship and adventure, but instead, a profound and somber exploration of the human mind? Today, we re-peeling back the layers of innocence to uncover a startling theory that each character in Winnie the Pooh represents a different psychological disorder, and Christopher Robin is the boy at the center of it all. Let's start with the silly old bear himself, Winnie the Pooh. We love him for his simple nature, but think about his defining traits: his constant forgetfulness, his disorganized thoughts that jump from one thing to another, and his single-minded, all-consuming obsession with honey. This isn't just a quirky love for a sweet treat. It mirrors symptoms of attention deficit, hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, combined with a potential eating disorder. His impulsivity and inability to focus on anything besides his next honeypot paints a picture of a mind struggling with executive function. That insatiable craving for sweetness could be a metaphor for seeking a quick dopamine hit that never truly satisfies. Now, let's talk about Pooh's best friend, the small and timid piglets. Oh, Dee, how many times have we heard him stammer in fear? Piglet lives in a state of perpetual worry. He's startled by loud noises, anxious about new adventures, and constantly imagines the worst-case scenario. His trembling and stuttering are classic physical manifestations of anxiety. Piglet is the perfect embodiment of generalized anxiety disorder, a condition where life is lived under a constant, looming cloud of fear and dread, even when there's no real danger present. His existence is a poignant illustration of what it's like to navigate the world when your own mind is your biggest scare. And then we have Eeyore, the gloomy old donkey. His famous line, "Thanks for noticing me," isn't just dry humor. It's a window into his soul. Eeyore displays all the hallmark signs of clinical depression. He has a persistently low mood, a lack of energy, and a profound sense of hopelessness. He often isolates himself and seems unable to find joy in anything, even when his friends try to include him. His gray, dreary world isn't a choice or a personality quirk. It's the crushing weight of a depressive disorder, a quiet, pervasive emptiness that colors every single moment of his life. But what about the characters with boundless energy? Enta Tiga, the wonderful thing whose top is made of rubber and whose bottom is made of springs. Tigger is always bouncing, full of endless energy, and acting on every impulse. He's overly confident, sometimes to the point of being reckless, and he rarely thinks about the consequences of his actions. While it seems like joy, this behavior aligns with the manic phase of bipolar disorder or severe impulsivity. It's an uncontrolled, chaotic energy, a high that can't be sustained and often creates problems for himself and those around him. Tigger's joy isn't just happiness. It's a frantic, directionless burst of energy that he can't seem to contain. On the opposite end of the spectrum is Rabbit. Rabbit is obsessed with order, planning, and control. His garden has to be perfect. His house must be tidy, and he gets incredibly agitated and irritable when things don't go exactly his way. This isn't just being a neat freak. It's a reflection of obsessive-compulsive disorder, or OCD. For Rabbit, his rigid routines and need for order are a way to manage an internal sense of chaos and anxiety. His obsession with control isn't about power. It's a desperate attempt to keep his world from falling apart, turning his own home into a mental prison. And we can't forget Owl, the self-proclaimed intellectual of the group. Owl presents himself as wise and knowledgeable, but his advice is often long-winded, confusing, and completely wrong. He loves the sound of his own voice and believes he's the smartest creature in the forest, despite clear evidence to the contrary. This could be interpreted as a form of narcissism or delusions of grandeur. He has an inflated sense of self-importance and a need for admiration, unable to accept that he might be mistaken. He lives in a reality where his perception of his own brilliance is all that matters. Finally, we come to the center of this universe. Christopher Robin. He's the only human, the one who talks to all these animal friends. But what if they aren't real? What if they are all just constructs within his own mind? This theory suggests Christopher Robin may be experiencing something like dissociation or even schizophrenia. The 100 Acre Wood could be an elaborate world he created to cope with loneliness, trauma, or a reality that is too painful to face. Each animal represents a fragmented piece of his own personality, a different emotion or struggle he's trying to understand and manage. So, when you look at it this way, the 100 Acre Wood transforms from a whimsical forest into a complex map of a single, fractured mind. It's a place where chaos, fear, sadness, and overwhelming imagination are all wrestling for control. This theory doesn't take away the magic of Winnie the Pooh. If anything, it adds a layer of incredible depth and compassion. It reminds us that even in the most innocent of stories, we can find reflections of our own complex struggles. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive. If this gave you a new perspective on an old classic, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content that makes you rethink the stories you love. See you in the next video.